US dollar, the petrodollar, which is a Ponzi scheme. If it did not invade Iran, then people would choose not to trade with it anymore. People would choose to not buy US treasuries.
Why?
For the longest time, this system worked fine. But then, in February 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine.
Yeah.
Okay. That was not the issue. The issue was the American response. The American response was to sanction Russia and remove Russia from the SWIFT global payment system. It also ordered Europeans to freeze over $200 billion in Russian assets. And there's a problem, this very basis for having the US dollar at...
Okay, hold on. I need a hair tie because I'm about to get in deep into doing my nails. And I can't have my hair in my face. I'm gonna get a hair clip.
The global reserve currency is that it would remain politically neutral. The Americans guaranteed politically neutral international exchange. So if this trend continues, right, if you don't do anything about Russia would take over Ukraine. And Russia then would build an alliance with China and Iran. If you look at these two...
Hi, Steve. How are you? He's 2 of 3 at the moment. He escuchado. Sí, es un podcast que ahora lo puedes poner en cualquier idioma. Se llama The Diary of a CEO. You could translate it to like any language now, I think. I'm pretty sure. Eso si lo quieres escuchar en español, creo que sí se puede en YouTube. Se llama El Diario de un CEO.
3 countries on a map: Russia, China, and Iran. This is the entire Asian continent. And then what they can do is this. They can say, okay, the United States is a bully. They force us to play by their rules. They get very angry if we don't play by the rules. So let's not play with the United States anymore. Let's just trade amongst ourselves. And then what they can do is they can build a Eurasian railway system connecting Russia, Iran, and China together. And then what this would do is negate American sea power, because it's American ships that control and protect the ocean.
A few days ago, we celebrated his 19th birthday. Oh my God, that's crazy.
And then what happened is the world, Europe, Middle East, Africa, India, East Asia, would look at this trading bloc and think to themselves, wow, these guys, the Russians, Iranians, and Chinese, they use gold as their medium of exchange. Gold is valuable. The Americans, on the other hand, use US dollars as the medium of exchange, which is not valuable. So am I better off with the American system or with this new BRICS system?
What's BRICS?
It's an acronym. It stands for Brazil, Russia, India, South Africa, China.
So am I right in thinking, because Iran, Russia, and China were colluding, it threatened US dominance, which is driven by the world using the dollar as the primary currency for trading?
That's correct.
Okay, so they felt they needed to invade because then they can control more of the Middle East?
Right. So by attacking Iran, certain things happen. The first thing that happened is that China is now cut off from Middle East energy. China receives anywhere between 50 to 6% of its energy needs from the Middle East. Not just Iran, but also Qatar and Saudi Arabia. A lot of people say that China today, it's reliant on renewables, solar, wind, and that's true to a certain extent. Remember that China, it is an industrial powerhouse, so it needs energy from everywhere and everyone. So the fact that China is losing all this energy from the Middle East presents China with a long-term strategic vulnerability. And that's the first thing that happens. Second thing that happens is that Europe is in a lot of trouble. Because remember, because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine,
That's good.
Russian energy was sanctioned. And
Gracias,
so
Marco.
Europe relied more on,
Hi, the miter trader.
on the Middle East for its energy needs, especially Qatar. And now,
Raj
Europe
Mari,
has
thank you for the
lost
rose.
all of
Hi,
this
Mark.
oil.
How are you?
And then you have Japan and
Hasta
South
que
Korea.
brinco una uña.
These two powerful East Asian
No.
economies are also reliant on the
How are you doing, the miter
for,
trader?
energy. So another question is, if you're not getting your energy from the Middle East, where can you get your energy from? And there's only two answers: either Russia or the United States. Russia is at war. And what's happening is the Ukrainian drones are attacking Russian oil refineries and export hubs. So the world in the short term has no choice but to look to America for its energy needs. And what did Trump do recently? He took over Venezuela, which has the world's greatest oil reserves. He's threatening Canada. He's threatening Greenland, Mexico, Colombia. If Trump controls the entire Western Hemisphere, the entire world has to beg Trump for energy and resources. And this saves both
I'm
the US
doing
dollar
great,
as
Mark.
well as
It's been nice
the
and
empire.
calm the
So
past
it's
couple
funny
of
your
days. I'm
prediction
actually starting to get
in
worried.
2024,
How are you
I believe
doing?
it was. You said that the US would lose this war.
Right.
Why would you predict that the US will lose this war with Iran?
Because
I said, now you're cutting your toenails online. I'm gonna give myself a petty and a Manny. I don't need the judgment, guys. I need the support.
in Iran. Basically, America wants to fight this war as cheaply,
Can I go with you, Mark?
as easily, and as quickly as possible. Right? So Trump really thought that, if I sent my airplanes
You made me laugh.
to strike
I said,
Iran,
now you're cutting
and
your
kill the Ayatollah,
crusty,
they would
dusty
surrender.
mustache.
That was like literally his plan going into this war. He paid no attention to the
Oh my
culture.
goodness.
He paid no attention to the history of the Iranian people. He had
Y'all
absolute
are
respect
funny.
for the nation. And when you do that, when you disrespect your opponent, when you underestimate your opponent, when you yourself are not
Hop
willing
in.
to commit to the
Okay.
fight, you're gonna lose.
Is Iran's game just to draw
Eh,
this out as long as they
Natalie.
possibly can?
Barba.
How are they, because
Perfect
he's
day.
taking out the leaders. And then do you also think that
You're about
Trump
4
just
hours
because
away.
he's the leader, then everything will sort of regenerate itself and will be fine? What was the sort of fundamental misunderstanding?
There's a lot of confusion as to how this war started. Even today, no one actually knows how this war started. But I think that Trump,
Or
in his
Gemini.
personality, he was convinced that if he
Gemini,
killed the leadership of Iran, then they would have no choice but to surrender. And his proof of concept was, of course, on January 3rd of this year, Delta Force went into Venezuela.
It was looking like Troy. The ending scene.
Kidnapped Maduro, and they completely surrendered. So in Trump's mind, he wanted to replay
The orange guy.
the Venezuela scenario.
And he
Brian, thank you for the heart
didn't
me.
realise
How
that
are
Iran is
you?
fundamentally different from Venezuela.
How you doing?
Short answer is
You're currently in
he
Nebraska.
is a
Oh.
reality TV star. He thinks in terms of optics. He doesn't think in terms of like geopolitical strategy. The long answer is that the American military
Where
has
are your
become
kitty
a
cats?
corrupt and
They're
insular
Zizin.
institution
They're sleeping.
that is trying to
They sleep,
generate as much income.
They sleep during the day so they can keep me up all night. That's how they roll. Well, I guess 2 of them are technically grooming, but they're pretty much like asleep.
congressional funding as possible
the
in order to
other
fund
one is.
the military-industrial complex.
Did he think that he was going to bomb Iran? The people would rise up.
Does anybody else feel like
they
it's Sunday today?
elect a new government,
Or is that
and
just
that
me?
would be that. And then he could
This
control
Saturday
Iran.
is giving Sunday.
That's exactly what he thought. So what I want to do now is go to the map.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll show you what he got wrong.
Okay.
All right. So this is a map of the Middle East, and the first thing to notice about this map is the topography.
What does that mean?
How many mountains you have. So this is what's really interesting is that the topography.
I can't get that
between
comment out of my
Iraq
head. He said, not you
and
cutting your
Iran are
toenails.
completely different. And this is important because in 2003, the Americans invaded Iraq and they won the war in about 2 weeks. And the reason why they won the war is the Americans practiced something called shock and awe. The idea of shock and awe is that it is a military strategy that believes that if you cut
Kind of
off
does
the
feel like a
head of the
Sunday,
snake,
right?
the snake will die. Decapitation
Thank you,
strike.
Quan.
And so what they did was
It's Sunday and that I
they
feel chill,
went
right?
into Baghdad,
It's like so relaxing.
seized Baghdad,
I really am gonna get some
and
chicken
the
noodle. El pescado!
regime collapsed.
Hi, El pescado. How is you? Who sent that? Who sent that? Oh, no, I can't find you. Brian, thank you for the level up, Sparks. Thank you so much, Brian. He said good. Good. Mike. Hi, Mike. Thank you for the heart me. Mike, thank you for the hand hearts. Thank you so much, Mike. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic. I think it's like the gloomy weather that's making me feel like I should just be inside with like hot soup. It's really cozy though. Me likes. So I'm just gonna give myself a mani-pedi and then after that have some soup and hang out with you guys. It's gonna be fun. I feel like I'm waking up for some reason. I've been up since like 11:30. But you need a beer. Actually, I can't say beer. We'll say adult fun juice. Maybe crack open a cold one, but it's gonna be cold and I'm freezing. Although it also sounds delicious. I'm just tired, went to work and decided to go fishing. Oh, that's cool. Try and catch a fish? Did you get one? It's adult fun juice so that I don't get restricted on TikTok. De ti si tenías novio. No tengo novio, Marjo. No tengo novio. 11:30, that's it. I've been up since 4 a.m. Yeah, I woke up late. Not even gonna lie. I woke up late and like when I tell you I got up like at 11:30, that means I got up at 11:30, but I didn't get up till like 11:55-ish. But it's okay because it's Sunday number 1. Tomorrow's gonna be Sunday number 2, part 2 for me.
The war was over. And they were able to do this because of the topography. If you look at the map of Iraq, it's all flat, it's all desert. Meaning that you can just fly in your planes, cut off the head of the sea.
I'm sorry if I'm looking at my screen a little bit less than usual. I'm just listening to this, but also mainly trying to get my nails done as quickly as possible so that I can not be doing 3 things at the same time, just 2. You can be a bad girl every once in a while. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for giving me the permission. Yes, 4 a.m. is crazy. She doesn't care about us. Don't start, El Pescado. Don't start. How is your day? My day is very cozy. It's a good day. You can be about it. It's full. Oh. Austin, thank you for the roses. I'll start whenever I want. Blocked. No, okay. Austin, thank you for the roses. Thank you. Hi, Israel. How are you?
Thank you. And the war is over. There's actually no way you can defend against airstrikes because you're entirely a desert. Now, let's look at the topography of Iran. And Iran is all mountainous. In fact, you can make the argument that Iran is a fortress.
Now that I'm a mom, I'm like, I don't want my child to feel that way.
Why am I getting mom ads? Oh, because Mother's Day.
And-
Okay. You're forgiven. I
And
cut
so-
my toenails differently.
The first thing is that
How'd I do that?
Iran
How'd I manage
continues
that?
to fight a war of attrition.
It's a war of attrition.
A war of attrition is a game of uncle.
What's that?
Right, a game of uncle is where we don't have enough power to destroy each other. But what we're trying to do is
Where's
we try
Byron
to
at?
create
I need to keep hearing his chart. Oh, that's right. Where is Byron? He's probably like,
to force you.
I don't know,
to
we were chatting a
submit
little bit
to
earlier
my
today.
uncle.
but I think he said he was going somewhere. Or no, maybe that was you. I don't remember, guys. I'm sorry. I barely be remembering. Thank you. What do you mean? For what? You're welcome. Thank you, Mapko. Viagia Torrenate. Thank you. You haven't talked to me. Then it was Byron. Yeah, it was Byron because Byron was sent me. Actually, never mind. There was a reason. Actually, he was up just as early as you were. That's crazy. Y'all both wake up at the same time too. Okay.
Right? So because Iran is too large, and that's 92 million people, it's impossible for the Americans and Israelis to destroy Iran. So what you're trying to do instead is bomb enough targets so that they recognize that resistance is futile and is surrender. Okay? That's the extent of the strategy. But again, the problem with this is that one, Iran is much too big. Number two is that it is a mountain fortress, which means that you can hide your weapons and your military inside mountains, right? Which allows you to conduct a guerrilla warfare strategy against your opponent.
Ow.
And this is exactly what Iran is doing right now, where their underground missile bases are hidden inside the mountains, and then they're able
better.
to strike targets throughout the Middle East, primarily American bases, but also
Hi,
energy
Bacillus.
installations that are
Bacillus.
key to the American
Bacillus.
petrodollar system. And
Hi,
so it's
Dream.
an
Thank you for the
uncle
donut.
where the Americans
Thank
are
you.
trying to create as much damage as possible in the Iranian nation.
Usa cerveza
and
porque
Iran
esta
in
princesa
response
no le gusta
is
mucho.
trying to destroy as much of the global economy as possible to force the world to pressure
She
America
can't.
to call the
Natalie,
war
put
off.
those away.
So that's the situation we are facing
You know
right
what?
now. Second thing that Trump got wrong is how vulnerable
El
the
pescado,
global
thank you for the go popular.
because the Iranians continue
Gracias,
to publish their
Marco.
moves. Okay? And as you can see
Usted también cuídese.
on this map,
Thank
as
you,
you're observing
Ryan.
moves, it's a
I can't.
very
I never found my
narrow
nasal spray.
piece
Soy
of land.
celoso.
It's only about 33 kilometers across. You can actually swim across.
That's why I thought you
very
didn't
simple moves.
want me to read Byron's
most
compatibility
important
chart with me
is
yesterday, but I didn't want to
that
say
you see
anything.
exports 20% of the world's energy.
The you what?
The Gulf Cooperative Council. Okay, so the Gulf Cooperative Council.
Unless you were counting on the fact that it was going to be